Hey, welcome to Localite. John Compton here. Today I've got Scott Hagee with me of Pheasant Valley Winery. He and his wife Gail operate the winery in Hood River. That's one of the only organic wineries, at least in the Columbia Gorge. And so Scott, appreciate you coming on. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Always enjoy coming out to your place there.
Thank you.
Now, you guys actually came up though from California and were not in the wine industry. It was kind of a process that this all happened. You want to tell me a bit about that?
Right. Well, Gail and I both were raised in Southern California. Gail is in Cal State Long Beach. She's a grad. And I graduated from USC down there, and I was lifeguarding, met Gail on the beach as a lifeguard.
Not a bad way.
Wonderful thing. And my brother had a pear and apple orchard up here.
Okay.
So in the fall, I would come up and help my brother with his orchard. Fell in love with the place, naturally. Gorgeous area, and eventually found a spot and moved up. Duke introduced my brother Duke. He introduced me to the Deschutes River and the John Day River, so I get my fishing in and
Fly fishing?
Fly fishing. Any way to catch a fish.
Anyway,
the whitewater rafting kind of took the place of surfing, so I got a little water rush.
Yeah. Well, when you guys came up, and you came up, like you said, working with your brother.
Right.
How did you guys end up on the very incredibly beautiful location that you've got now?
Well, we had a friend who was a real estate agent at the time, and her name was Gail Crosby. She still does real estate. And we asked her to look around and find us a spot. So we
Specifically
moved back
looking
to California.
for a farm?
For a farm,
Okay.
looking for an orchard. I just fell in love with the place. Like I say, the lifestyle was good. So I would fly up occasionally when she'd find a spot and look over a farm. And finally she found one, the place we're at right now, the South Slope. And we managed to buy it.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
In the 80s.
1980,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. But then and you operated it as a apple and pear orchard?
Exactly.
And organic then as well?
No, we started off conventional farming.
Okay.
My brother was a conventional farmer, and so we farmed conventionally for the first 5 years.
Okay.
Met a neighbor, Ron Stewart, and the Stewart family. They run a juice company there in town still, and have farms. And he was doing some organic stuff, and I talked to Ron, and he talked me into doing some organic. He said he'd buy my stuff, and they had a packing house. So
These are the guys at Columbia Gorge Organic?
Columbia Gorge Organics.
Yeah, the juice company. We actually had them on the show.
Oh, did you?
Just recently, yeah. So
nice family.
Very nice family, yeah. So you took it from the conventional to the organic, and then how did the vineyard come into play?
I think that was probably economics.
Okay.
We were doing real well doing organic fruit, and then we built our own packing house. So we packed our own organic fruit. Gail sold organic fruit for us. We shipped it all over the country. We shipped it to Europe. We got to go over and see the fruit come into Amsterdam, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then I think the bottom kind of fell out of the pear market in general. Organics were becoming more popular. People were reading the book that we wrote on organics, so that they knew how to grow organics now.
Oh, I didn't realize you guys wrote a book.
Well, basically.
Basically. Is it still available?
No.
Oh, okay.
They were just a bunch of notes.
Oh, okay.
You know, and people would come and garner the information from us and go back and now there's a lot of silver bullets. There's a lot of chemical companies into creating products that the organic community can use. Back then, it was just by the seat of our pants. We were just trying to figure out how to kill Scilla and how to kill mites, and they couldn't keep enough ivory snow on the shelves in the supermarket.
What's that?
Ivory snow, it worked really good. It's a soap.
Oh.
It's a fatty acid chain it's a basic soap, and we'd put 6 pounds in a 500-gallon sprayer. We'd go out and spray the orchard with soap.
Really?
And then we'd come back the next day and spray it with water. And so it would activate the soap, and it would actually burn the insects, and they would just dry out.
But it wouldn't hurt the fruit?
It wouldn't hurt the fruit.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that a technique that you guys just came up with yourselves?
Just something that we developed.
Kind of stumbled across?
Right.
Really?
And then we developed some other things like fire hoses. We'd take, you see the back of a fire truck, some of these that fight fires in the woods, and they have say a roll, 300-foot roll of inch hose. Mm-hmm. We would hook that up to a water source in the orchard, and then we'd run that hose out and wash trees down.
Oh,
we'd actually just wash the bugs off of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then they just kind of float away? Or
they just go out on the ground and they wouldn't bother the fruit.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I want to talk to you a bit when we come back. We're going to take a quick break here, but I want to talk to you a bit about the advantages of, you mentioned the south-facing slope that your vineyard's on. I want to talk to you about that, as well as the conversion of actually taking land that's been used conventionally for orcharding and then making it organic. So we'll touch on that a bit. We'll be right back. Scott Hagee of Pheasant Valley Winery is my guest on Localite. We'll be right back.